Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of You Are the Masterpiece, where we are talking about that you do not have to be perfect as long as you are taking the effort. And we are all work in progress as well as the masterpiece at the same time. And if this is the first time you are tuning in, hello and welcome. My name is Irina Portnova, and I'm all about manifestation. How do we bring something from our conscious mind into our beautiful physical reality? And I'm here to share this knowledge with you and bring in exceptional guests each time. They teach you that we are all the masterpieces. And today I have a privilege to introduce you Dari Scott, who said yes to be our guest. Dari, welcome, welcome.
I'm so honored to be here, Irina. Thank you.
Woo! Yes, and I'm super excited to have our conversation because you are coming from the world of technology, and a lot of people are really, scared when it comes to technology. And I'm very blessed because I am in your beautiful membership, and you are actually guiding me amazingly with a lot of projects that I have on my hands. And let's just introduce yourself, say a little bit about what you are doing in this world before we dive in into our conversation.
Perfect. And I'm so glad that you are a member of the Ask Dottie. We enjoy
Yes.
your presence there.
Thank you.
So I
Yes.
have been in the world of technology for over 20 years and building websites specifically for 20 years now. And I have one of these unique brains that is kind of split right down the middle. I love artistic and colors and the flow of creativity.
Mhm.
And I have a very analytical, logical piece to my brain. And so I've married those two by doing websites. That's one
Mhm.
huge reason why I chose that as a profession so that I could use both pieces of my brain. So that's what I do. And I love helping solopreneurs that are a little bit like they often describe themselves as technophobes. And I love helping them figure out the technology that's going to help them move forward in their business.
I love that. And I see that we are all together love the purple color.
We do. It is
Yes.
the best.
Yes, and purple is actually a connection with the divine or with the spirit, and this is beautiful. So, same minds think alike, right? Whatever they're saying, right? Great
Yeah.
minds think alike. And today we have this beautiful conversation on Amplify Your Voice. I love that name. And again, we are talking about technology today, especially AI, because I love, Dari, everything that you are sharing with us. There is like a lot of wisdom. And for anybody who is still afraid of AI, this is like, for me, I can't even imagine my day, one day without it. Like how much it's just making my work easy, and I'm blessing it every day. So tell us more a little bit about AI and what does it mean, Ampli AI, our voice.
So I just call that amplify your voice. And I've
Mhm.
spelt it a little weird with AI on the end.
Well, that's maybe it meant to be like that.
I think so. Let's
Yes.
respell everything in the dictionary.
Yeah.
But really, what it means, it's to use the tools that are accessible to us to amplify everything we do. So wherever it is that you get stuck, and everybody gets stuck in different places. But I am a huge advocate of getting past getting stuck by using AI. And if you don't understand how, then get with someone who does that can explain it to you because AI has allowed me to do way more than I ever could physically do in a given day. But
Mhm.
it's also allowed me to make things better, to make things work smoother, easier. And when I say I can get more done, I am like right now, I am in the process. I was briefly talking to you about this before we got into the
Mhm.
call, but I'm in the process of going live every day, and I'm basically explaining a chapter in my book. And before AI, that would have been it. I would have gone live, it would have stayed there, and either it got traction or it didn't. But now with tools, I can automatically create a whole bunch of shorts that go with it. I can automatically create a blog post that goes with it. I can do all of this stuff, and I'm not really doing more work because the
Mhm.
tools are doing the work. Yes, I get to then post it or schedule it to go out or however you are dealing with that, but it's so much more than I would have done even a year ago before
Mhm.
the specific tool I'm using was even available. So I'm loving it, and I'm able to amplify what I do, and I love teaching other people how to amplify what they do.
I love that because I know each time we come to these membership calls, it's like Daddy is that, like trailblazer. Okay, let me share with you this tool. How can you use that? And especially since technology is constantly moving and growing, it's impossible to keep up. So we want to have somebody like Daddy by our side. Daddy really simplifies everything and makes that language of technology is very easy, and like baby steps, we are doing different things and we are trying it. And I really invite everybody to connect with her and see if she can help you in some capacity, because again, we are bombarded with a lot of information and sometimes it could become very overwhelming.
Thank you, Irina. I will say something that you probably don't even know right now. But so normally we have a master class at the end of the month for all of our members.
Mm-hmm.
This month, I'm going to open it up to anybody who wants to attend. And
Mm.
so we will add the link in the show notes down wherever you may be seeing this streaming. If you are interested, it's on
Mhm.
Notebook LM this month, which is an extraordinary free tool that Google puts out that will help you use AI in a way that will help you in your business, which is the whole thing that we'll be going over in the masterclass. So I'm
Mhm.
excited to let some other people taste a little bit about what Ask Dottie is.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And, like I come especially to Daddy for the beautiful design questions, right? When I have to create the banners. So basically anything that you see banner related or any my sales pages, I always run by Daddy. Like, Daddy, what do you think with your eye? What can be fixed? What can be do? Because a lot of people do it like mechanically, but there is difference between when things are done aesthetically, and I'm all about the beauty, right? Because we like connect with the image, with the colors, and even though everything matters, the words matters, right? Whatever we are saying, so there is a lot that goes into selling our products. But I love the feedback that Daddy always gives me.
Thank you. And the rest of the group too. We're we're
Yes.
we're all in it together. We're all
Mhm.
going to succeed together.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. So share a couple of tips, or maybe testimonials from the clients that you were helping them with AI and how it actually streamlined their work.
Sure. So this last Black Friday, I put together I call it a marketing team, and it's an AI marketing team. And the reason I did that is because the team that I put together are different AI tools that I use in my business every day. So I have one that helps me write blog posts. I have one that will help me write LinkedIn comments. I've got one that will help me write uh, responses to reviews that people leave online. Sales pages is another one. I'm working on one that's going to help me write press releases, ones that help me with all of my YouTube titles and descriptions. All of the things that I used to take a lot of time to do, and I have the skill to do them, but instead of doing each thing that I just mentioned independently, like I used to do, what I did was I took my knowledge around that topic and I put it into a custom GPT so that it has the programming of what we want. So, for example, on a blog post, it has the programming behind all of the SEO stuff, the search engine optimization stuff that goes into writing a blog post, as well as just a bunch of other things, so that when I start, I don't have to rely on remembering stuff. I've got it all into the custom GPT. So I'm like, instead of starting at 0, I'm starting at 90. And then I give it just a little bit more of the topic and whatnot. And then we go back and forth and write it. But instead of starting at 0 for every single thing that I do, I'm now starting at 90 because all of my knowledge is stored as a program. And then I just put the finishing touches on it. That's what I mean by amplify, because I'm using all of my knowledge. I'm not letting ChatGPT write every single thing for me without having my knowledge as the base to start with. And that's a big fear that most solopreneurs and small business owners have, is they feel like they're not going to be authentically them anymore because they're just they're like cheating. Like they think it's cheating. But the reality is it's not cheating. It's being more efficient and it's getting more done so that you don't have to work 6 or 7 days a week anymore. I only work 4 days a week and I love it.
Yes.
I take 3 days off every week. Isn't that awesome? But, I really can't do that if I'm not using the tools to make it happen.
I love that. And we are going to continue the conversation after this short break. Hello and welcome back. We are back talking on our beautiful You Are the Masterpiece episode with Dari Scott, who is an expert in technology. And we are talking how do we actually amplify our voices through using AI. Dari, what else you would like to share? Can you just share some stories from your clients who started to use AI as you were guiding them and who started seeing the difference and creating the results?
I've had several people reach out to me just thanking me for allowing them to use this. They're like, I'm having so much fun with ChatGPT now where I struggled before. And I think the big thing is not starting at 0. Being able to start at a place where ChatGPT knows exactly what you want and knows a little bit about who you are and what your business is and your preferences and how you like things. And then you're giving it a little bit more information on what you want for this specific thing. And what it spits out is so much better. And people, they just call me up randomly and say, thank you so much. I was able to do blah, 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 blah. And I couldn't do that before. And so that's the joy I get out of it, is when my clients are actually using the tools and moving forward in their business.
Yeah. Can you please share a couple of more tools? Because I know you work with a lot of different apps and just, like anything that stands out in your mind, something that a lot of business owners do not actually use or know about, something that you would love to share?
A big one is Notebook LM, which is why I'm doing a class on that at the end of the month. They have added so much to it. If you tried it like anywhere 6 months or before ago from now, they added some really cool things in, I want to say about September or so last year.
Mhm, mhm,
It can make infographics that will blow your mind. It's just amazing what it can do. I am enjoying Sora immensely. I
mhm,
found that tool probably about November of this past year,
mhm,
and I did a stint on Facebook where I put up 1 or 2 every day for
mhm,
probably a full month, really till the end of the year I was doing that, and I'll get back into it. But it's fun, very fun.
mhm,
And I've had a lot more people reaching out to me, because of those videos, via Messenger and whatnot. And so I've actually gotten some work from those silly little things.
mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
currently I'm using Riverside for my
Mhm,
live streaming, and that's what I'm using to break down all of my, longer videos into short ones and create blog posts and all of that. So that's another tool that I've just recently found, and I'm loving it.
mhm. Awesome. So, anything, any advice you can give to people who are still afraid of the technology?
When it comes to AI, you can't break it,
Mhm,
and you can't, well, you can confuse it, but the more you can treat it like it's a real person, treat it like it's your intern, so that instead of just typing in what you want, give it context. Like, tell it a story. Use the voice mode on it instead of typing, because it picks up all the different inflections and tones and whatnot that you have, and you say things differently than you type things, and it picks up on that, and you'll get a better result. And the other thing I want to say is, never take the first thing you get as the answer. Like, try
mhm,
to have a conversation with it like you would a person or an intern, and you'd be surprised how it will change the result based on feedback that you give it after it's given you a result. And that back and forth communication, I know it sounds weird, like you're talking to a computer.
mhm,
And it's just a weird thing you have to get past. But
mhm,
once you do, the results that you get will be tenfold what you had before. So
mhm.
just pretend or imagine like it's a real person that you're having a conversation with, and you will start to fall in love with what you get.
I love that. And for anybody, like I said, we never have to do this work alone. There is always the guide, right? So I love what Dari does, and just check out her work, check out her. I included the website. Check out her membership, because it's great just to come in the room of like-minded people. And if you're really working on a project and you require some support, Dari is always there. And again, we are also learning from each other, because somebody's question can be also your question, and it's great to sit in the room and observe what other projects are at place, and have Daddy as our guide to direct us and to help us with that. Daddy, would you like to say something as the closing statement?
I would just like to challenge everybody to do one thing with AI today. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
would like to do. And if you get stuck, reach out and we will help you.
Yes, love that. Thank you so much. It was a very delightful conversation. And again, reach out because the help is always available. All it takes is just to ask. Because if we do not ask, the answer is always no. So keep asking these questions and know that there is always the guidance and the support. All it takes for us is to reach out for that. All right. Thank you so, so much, Daddy. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing today. And I'll see everybody on the next episode.
Bye
Bye.
bye.